So, it's a new year.
Yeah, and things are looking great in here.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous. The way things have turned out in here is just unreal.
Yeah. So obviously you would have seen in our last video that the cottage kitchen is all finally done. Well, almost.
Yeah.
Just some trimming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just little pictures now, little personal things need to come in now, don't they?
Yeah. A couple of last little bits.
I think the biggest area is around the cooker, isn't it? Because we did have a surround for it, but it was for the old kitchen it came out of, and it just didn't look. We tried it, and it just wasn't right. So
It was too big.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't, because it was more for, like, it was a proper sort of like chimney breast it was built for, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And because this was going to go on a flat wall, it just...
It didn't ring
I
with
think
the rest.
how many times was it on the wall?
Well, it was only actually fixed up twice, but I mean that was the idea. There was buttons behind, so it wasn't like a major problem.
It didn't work. I mean, I like it as it is, and try and find some things to go on there. I have spotted a couple of things when we went shopping, so
Yeah.
I sort of have an idea of what I want up there.
Yeah, well, we need a big clock somewhere, or we need a big picture. So either way, I don't know what other people think.
Yeah, but what we'll do is obviously we'll just show you around so you can get a better idea of how the kitchen looks, and obviously just the whole journey with it. Obviously it's been a massive, every room's been a massive like undertaking, but I think because of the size of this room and how many people are involved.
I didn't think we'd get this far. Every day I'd look at it and I just think, oh God. But once that day, it was just like one day everyone just got together and it was like, right, we're going to get this done.
Yeah.
And you went out, you got what we needed, and Graham and Celine and Adam, the kids, little Liam, I mean, he's a little dot and he's with these gloves on, wasn't he? Bless him.
grabbing stones,
you know, everybody, it was just fantastic that day. Well, it was a week. Everybody helping, it really was fantastic.
Well, the day of the floor was what we thought was going to be a nightmare, but in the end the cobbles came up probably the easier of any of the rooms that we've looked at right across the place. So
I don't know about lifting them, I wouldn't call that easy.
No, well, the cobbles, obviously, we would have liked to have used them as a path somewhere, but they weren't all uniform.
No.
Some were this big, some were this big, and some they weren't flat. So we used a lot of them on the road to line the road, and we've got a lot to rebuild some of the walls.
That's right.
And then there's a couple in other places as well. So we are reusing everything, but they just weren't suitable for an actual path.
We took the floor up because we put insulation underneath and the walls, and the difference in here, heat-wise, is amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
But that was the reason we had to take the cobbles up, basically. We couldn't just cement over them or concrete over them. We've got sort of about this much insulation.
Yeah, well, they've been patched over the years as well, so there were some areas that had been taken out and there was some bricks in, and there was some areas that were uneven. So just to flood grout it wouldn't really have given us a good finish.
No. But but I'll show you a little walk around now.
We'll have a little walk around and talk you through some of the bits.
So, this is the main part of the kitchen where all the jobs get done, which includes washing up. The sink, you brought it back from the UK for us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's another little find of Facebook.
Well, you wanted more of like a Belfasty type sink, didn't you?
Yeah, but not as deep, because the Belfast ones are too deep. I remember you having one. Yeah. And they're just a bit too deep, to be honest. So this is ideal. And the taps Terry got from the UK.
Yeah, that was just an eBay find.
Yeah, but I think the way they all flow with the tiles that we chose, it seems to go brilliant, doesn't it?
Just the little tones of the tiles go perfectly with the colour that we picked for the windows and around the windows. Yeah. And contrast with the worktops is fantastic. I mean, these turned out to be a bit of a beggar, but in the end they look fantastic.
They were easy to fit because they were all cut and ready, so it was just a piece of just putting some wood underneath, wasn't it? And
they just wanted
then they glued on
a board underneath. Yeah,
but to be fair, they look better than what I could have even thought. When they did come, and they are quite thin, and we got a bit of a shock, but I think anything thicker just wouldn't have worked, would it?
It would have been hard to get a transition, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
To make them look right.
Yeah.
We'll have to go around and see like different kitchens on display. Obviously,
That's
when
right.
these came, we were in shock that they're only 5mm thick.
Yeah.
But seeing other French kitchens, that's obviously how they do it over here.
Yeah, they do resin ones that are not much thicker as well, and the basically, it looks like just some boards you could go to a bricko and buy, the cheaper stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff obviously, because it's cast and it's got the rippled effect on top.
I love it.
It's
Absolutely love it now.
I don't think we could have found anything if we looked for months. We wouldn't have found anything better.
No.
We did have a quick look, didn't we? And nothing sort of sprung out at all.
No.
Yeah.
But I think we've got a bit more tiling to finish inside the windows, which I didn't think at the time because it was a bit of a rush job. So these need to just fit into there. Tony can cut them a bit. But yeah, it's just working out fantastic.
Yeah.
The main part of the kitchen obviously is the dresser. Was as soon as I spotted this on Facebook, as I've said before, I messaged Terry straight away and said, I found my kitchen.
and then started the bidding war against Terry for it.
Yeah. I love it. The size of it goes perfect in here, absolutely perfect. It clearly wouldn't go anywhere else. I mean, the kitchen you just got it out of. It was half the size of this.
Yeah, it was. You didn't see its true glory really because everything was in and sort of with the detail on it, it just looked too. It was almost lost in the sea of other bits.
But that was 2 days labour for Terry, Ash, and Tony of pulling it out, and the guy who bought it off, bless him, getting it all out and getting it back to Middlesbrough from where we were.
I think undoubtedly the best £600 that we spent. Obviously, it's taken a few weeks' work to bring it up to a nice sort of standard and getting it in and fixing things.
Yeah.
But tremendous. Between that and the floor tiles, I think we've fallen really on our feet.
Yeah. The things we picked up in here, really, the most expensive thing we've bought in here was the worktops. The worktops. It really was. Everything else has just been found. We brought over things we already had.
Yeah, I mean those lights were a great find to fill this place. At first I thought they were going to be too sort of big, but they just fit nice. Yeah,
they're lovely, and they were another find what we brought over with us, so that's good.
And the matching wall lights that we weren't sure about putting up have looked really well over there now.
Yeah. But finally starting to get all my bits and pieces out, my Denby.
Yeah, another great find.
I was screaming when I found her as well. And then me Kylie, what Terry bought me about 2 years ago, and it's never been unpacked till
it's been very safely wrapped up.
Yeah.
So I took there well out of the way of everybody.
Just for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's just me special wine and me special glasses. Not to be touched. But so like people say about the distance of the sink to the cooker, it doesn't bother me. I like to keep moving, so.
Well, the size of the kitchen, obviously, it's a decent space anyway, so
absolutely.
It's not like you're falling over people or stuff or anything. You've got
occasionally Jonathan and the dogs, but
perfect.
But that's all.
Yeah. So the cooker we got another find.
And that's earned its money already. Christmas dinner was absolutely fantastic. And we got it on Christmas Day again this year for the first time in 10 years or so?
Yeah, definitely.
We've since Jonathan's been a tot, it's always been a Boxing Day.
Well, the thing was, families were always visiting everyone else when we had Christmas dinner.
Yeah, so the day just didn't suit it.
Yeah, but now obviously we're all together. We did it on Christmas Day and it was absolutely brilliant. Loved it all day long, me and Asha.
Cooking away.
Terry done the washing
and occasional Baileys as well to keep things flowing.
Yeah.
But the cooker was another find for you as well, wasn't it?
Yep, that was a bargain off Facebook. We'd only gone to buy a freezer and the lady was moving back to the UK. And she says, by chance I've got a cooker there, do you want it? I was like, oh yeah, let's have a look. It's been brilliant. It's gas bottle. So, because obviously we're not connected to gas mains here. So it works tremendous. Worked brilliant for Christmas dinner, didn't it?
Yeah, so I mean, the size of it, everything sort of was in the oven, so there was nothing left in the microwave as normal.
No, but it went well. Christmas dinner was beautiful.
Yeah.
And we all enjoyed it.
But your other thing, obviously, that you've got wanting people to help with is above the cooker, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I have spotted a few. I quite like metal what do they call them?
Plaques.
Like plaques, you know, and we spotted one when we were shopping, didn't we?
Yeah.
Which would look nice there, but I don't know.
We need a clock in here as well, but whether a clock above a cooker would be a good idea, and maybe somebody
or shelves or pans, I don't know.
Yeah.
Any photos or anything you've got, you can show us, because this is the one space what's left
to fill.
To fill, basically.
It's the only big sort of void, isn't it now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everything else is pretty well there, apart from filling in with
just
some
little bits and bobs. Yeah.
But obviously with the layout as well, obviously people saying about the kitchen and the sink being so far away from the cooker, but we couldn't really have any other way.
No.
Obviously, because you'd have to have the sink along here somewhere.
Yeah. It would be one way or the other. Either the cooker would be there, or the sink would be there.
The thing is, we've got the two windows front and back.
Yeah.
You want light. I mean, the light for washing up, it just takes the bottom away.
Well, you get a nice view that side, don't you?
You've got a great view looking out that way, and then from here looking up the field. When you're doing prep and things, it's perfect.
Yeah, it works well. It works well. It's not too far.
And of course, with the table in the middle, the things are coming from the cooker to the table, and from the table to the sink. So it's not such an
and I think this is probably the one that worked out the best, because this is where the boiler is. And originally that was just it was for the fridge, wasn't it?
It was for a built-in fridge for the fridge. Yeah.
So Terry had a brilliant brainstorm of just chopping it up a bit and putting it like that, and it absolutely works tremendous.
Yeah, I mean the side panels actually was really a copy of what they'd done originally, but we made it fit in here.
Just sort of
they were just flat, but we've
but it's worked brilliant.
Yeah, it fills that corner, and it doesn't look like it's just been thrown together.
The boiler's in there, and we get a few coats in there. So
the electrics are in there as well, all heading away. So it's
the electric
sort of
cupboards there.
A good use of that space.
Because originally a few people have mentioned that when we first come in, there was a massive hall up here, and then a rickety ladder going up the wall, which was the stairs up to
that was the only way up, and I mean the woodworm I'd had more goes up the ladder than I think people's wellies had.
And I think originally we had planned on putting the stairs here.
At first,
just because the hall was there, weren't we?
Yeah, there was access through the floor, and when we got those, when we went to pick the stairs up,
that's what we planned for here, weren't they?
We did actually lay them out in here to see if sort of how they'd look.
But no, I'm glad now they work far better where they are now, because that was like a void in there, but everything's just worked out well. But it is all a learning curve when you're doing something like this.
When you've not got sort of a fixed plan of how you want it to look at the end, because you don't know what you've got to work with really.
It's definitely a learning curve, just learning everything and just finding things out as you go along. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it all seems to work well, to be honest. It has so far anyway.
I mean, even as far as leaving the old door for what's now the bathroom, it used to be another little ante-room, living room. I mean, everything sort of flows and it's got a nice cottagey feel now. Yeah,
but I love it.
Considering it was a stable 6 months ago.
Well, it was a wreck, just an absolute wreck. To come this far, this quick has been just unreal.
Well, I said, just everything piecing it together. People have asked, the kitchen was actually £600.
Yeah, the tiles were €400 from Emmaus.
Yeah, lights, I think they were only
about a tenner.
I think they were only about a tenner for the set, because someone was just getting rid of them in the UK.
I think the biggest expense was when we had to, putting the insulation down and the concrete for the floor that we mixed. But that was hand mixed as well, so we kept the cost down.
Yeah, labour cost was a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich.
The biggest thing obviously was the worktops, but you wanted to think that was going to be worthwhile.
And something that's going to last and look decent. That was a real thing, wasn't it?
But they've worked out fantastic. And the money we've saved on everything else.
But then it was nice to...
I mean, the thing with the worktops, the funny shapes, the funny profiles around the ends, it would have been almost impossible to do in anything other than wood. And to get it neat. And we know that wood wouldn't have wouldn't have gone really. It'd be too much.
No,
so.
I was originally planning on wood. I did originally say wood.
I think it'd just be a bit too much. There'd just be too much wood in here if it was wood.
If we'd had sort of coloured doors in front, then wood would have been great. But with the kitchen the way it is,
but it's all worked out well. Like I say, step by step, you just make decisions as we go along, to be honest, and luckily we've got all our heads together to throw ideas about, which is what it's all about as well, throwing ideas around.
It was a bit unlucky that we couldn't keep the beams on the ceiling, but they've been patched and repaired so many times over the years. The beams weren't actual beams; they were just they were just floor joists.
Yeah,
the original beams had long gone.
This is the original beam.
So there's just this big one that we've left exposed. Everything else was just hanging off that.
The other ones, it wouldn't look right. No way.
Beams. They were just like for the floor joists, weren't they?
Yeah, and
because it did actually have a ceiling here.
This was a ceiling, and it was only when we took it down to get into. To do some spraying for the woodworm that we exposed them.
But I mean it's just all worked out fantastic, every bit of it. I love every single bit of it. I think spend more time in here now than anywhere else. Even yous do.
We do, we all do.
Well, I mean that was always the plan, wasn't it, to get somewhere down here sort of nice and comfortable, because good as a family room is, it really needs some work.
It's a bit sad though, to be honest. I mean, we call it the function room, but from the day we all arrived here, we've all spent time there cooking and eating and laughing and watching TV, and then all of a sudden you go over now and it just looks so sad.
It's just so cold and...
It will be getting back into a proper room soon. But for now, this is going to be the...
But no, obviously it's looking absolutely amazing. So
we'll now get back to work.
Well, we're cracking on with the kitchen on the 3rd floor, so that'll be the next one to see. And in one of the videos that we've done on another look around for the cottage, there was one thing that you said that you weren't going to do.
I'm going to keep that for you for now.
Most definitely it's not getting done.
Definitely not getting it done. And then I said to Mum, well, it's got you thinking now. And she's back with a hammer and chisel.
I was bored just after Christmas, and I thought I'll just have a little look at it, see what it's like. I was only going to have a look to see what it's like, and it's stripped now.
Well, it's getting there.
But that should take me about a month.
It will look amazing up there to do it.
It looks brilliant already. I've got like half of it off the stone. We are talking about the chimney upstairs.
It's half exposed now, and
I'm going to show you soon.
It's going to be fantastic when it's done, because the stones in there haven't been sort of pieced together.
They've never been touched. So they're beautiful.
When they've been pointed up, it looked tremendous.
So that's my January job.
Well, I'll give you a quick pan round now of it, and then I think we should have a cup of tea and enjoy these lovely chocolates that someone sent us. I think I'll have the arrow.
I'm gonna.
This Galaxy?
I've never had Rolos for years, so I think I'm gonna have to have a Rolo.
So like I said, obviously you can have a little look at how it all is. And we need your help with this wall, around the window and above the cooker. And apart from that,
it's just about finished.
It's all done, isn't it?
I'm sure as time goes by we'll add more and more to it, as you do with any house.
Definitely.
You know, obviously our kitchen in the UK was about this big compared to this one, so
you've got
so we need to start collecting more things for here now.
We still have a little bit of cupboard space, so that's not a good sign.
But for now, we will leave you to it, and we will see you on Sunday.
Exciting Sunday.
It is. Exciting to see all our work.
In 2 years.
2 years, full renovation. And all of the rooms done. So we will see you then.
I'm going to have a Rolo.
Just the one.
If you'd like to join us on our family journey, bringing back this once forgotten chateau, then please join us on Patreon for behind the scenes footage, update, live chat and your very own piece of the chateau.